My name is Veronika and I'm a software engineer working remotely at Microsoft. In this video, I want to share with you how I would learn to code and make my first steps in software engineering journey if I were to start over in 2023. On this channel, I share my tips on where to study, how to get an internship, land your first job in tech, and much more. So, if you're at the beginning of your coding journey and looking for something helpful, definitely subscribe to this channel. So, if I were to start over, I would first try to understand what the different fields of programming exist and how they're connected. I would make some research and choose one or two fields that are the most interesting to me. This could be front-end development, back-end development, full-stack development, mobile development, or maybe game development or blockchain. Understanding that would be a first step. Then I would start looking at which programming languages and tools I need to learn. In my case, I started my coding journey with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which gave me a broad understanding on how, in general, the web works. And because I'm still gravitating toward front-end development, I would repeat myself and start with those same basics. To understand which tool set you need to have, I would recommend you to inspect a few job postings from your potential employers. You probably don't want to learn the newest, the most hyped technologies if there are not a lot of jobs available on the market. But here are some main languages and tools I would start learning if I would choose to pursue each of the following paths in 2023. Besides that, most of those paths would require you to know data structures and algorithms. It would be crucial to have that knowledge during the interviewing stage, at least in the US market, especially if you're gonna apply to bigger tech companies like Google and Microsoft. The next step would be finding the resources to learn from that suit your personal learning style. There are numerous resources available online to learn how to code, including books, videos, educational platforms, mobile apps, online courses. Some popular resources that I like include Codecademy, BootCamp, Udemy, and Coursera, and also solo learn if you don't have a laptop yet. I would choose a resource that suits my learning style, but I wouldn't limit myself just to one specific website. If you don't understand a specific topic in a course, that is totally normal. I would try to Google or ChatGPT it and find explanation from different places. By the way, share your favorite resources in the comment section below. I also like getting certificates of completion of different courses, which I could add to my LinkedIn page. It kind of motivates me to move forward. At some point, after I choose a course to complete, I would need to set up my environment. Ideally, I would need to have a computer and a text editor to write code. Depending on the coding path I choose, I most likely would need some of these: Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio, PyCharm, or Eclipse. When you're choosing your tools, it's important to consider the amount of available information about them on the internet. So when you face an issue, and that will definitely happen, you could easily resolve it using a quick search. In 2023, we could also ask ChatGPT to help us. I would start learning on my own, and at some point, I would most likely feel burned out and unmotivated, and that is where I would try to remind myself why have I started and how my life will change if I keep moving. I would write my responses on little sticky notes so I could reread them when I feel like quitting. It's difficult to quit if you have commitments, like a bootcamp or a college. I would go to a bootcamp only if I had some spare money, if they have a great reputation, and if they help to find my first job. I would choose to go to college if I had time and money, and my goal would be to get into big companies like Google, Amazon, or Microsoft right away. It doesn't mean that if you choose to study by yourself or go to a bootcamp, you won't be able to get into those companies. But it would most likely require you to work for a few years for a smaller company first, and then after getting some experience, apply to those tech giants. Also, I would choose to get a CS degree if I lived outside of the US, and my goal would be to get a work visa and relocate here. A technical degree is a must if you want to relocate to the US from abroad. Joining a coding community might be another way how I could stay motivated and get some help when needed. I would consider joining online forums, attending local meetups or hackathons, or finding a mentor who could guide me along the way. As a start, learning and practicing, I would start building my portfolio. I would begin by following up on some tutorials from YouTube as a first step and work my way up to more complex projects that are created solely by me. I would create my own GitHub account and put there my projects as a portfolio. It can help me showcase my skills to potential employers or clients. I would also search GitHub for some projects to get some inspiration. The next step would be resume creation and interview preparation. I would create a list of companies where I can potentially get my first job and research what the interview process looks like in those companies. You can use Glassdoor and blind websites for that. I would practice coding problems and algorithms by reading Cracking the Coding interview book and using LeetCode and HackerRank websites. This includes learning some data structures, big O notation, and commonly used algorithms, as well as some basic design patterns. Lastly, when it's time to apply for a job, I would send my resume to as many companies as I could, definitely more than 100. That sounds like a lot, but when you don't have experience, the response rate from those applications, unfortunately, is quite low. If I would choose to go to college, I would apply to as many internships as I could from year 1 or 2. I wouldn't stop until I achieve my goal. I would attend job fairs, I reach out to recruiters on LinkedIn. I wouldn't give up because once I've done it, it pushed me back by a year or so. So I applied to 4 positions and I failed 2 interviews, and after that I thought, okay, I'm not good enough. But look where I am right now. So let's keep moving toward our goals. Remember, if I could do it, a girl who didn't know any English, you could definitely do it too. So this is how I would learn to code in 2023. If you have any other advice for people who are just starting their path in tech, please share it in the comment section below. And share the name of your favorite text editor. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I hope that video was helpful to you. Thank you for staying with me till the end, and see you soon. Bye!